In this video, we're going to do a quick review of the adding integers rules, and I'm also going to show you how to use do list to play the quizzes at the same time as you show your work. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the extensions puzzle piece, and I'm going to click the do list extension, and I'm going to click the 6 to 4 option, and I want the 6, which is the larger side of the ratio, to be where I have my work, and this is the page where I have my work. So I'm going to click right in here, and it will make this page that I'm currently on the 6, and this page over here the 4. And then I'll change this page to the page that I want it to be on. Now, I also need you to make sure that you put your entire first and last name, and then, well, I'm going to have to start the quiz, so let me click this. Just start the game. Sorry, I'm in control of it, and I'm also playing the game. Okay, so the game's being prepped over here on the right, and then we need to remember our rules. So same signs you add. So if they're both positives, 2 plus 7 we get 9. If they're both negatives, 10 and 3 makes negative 13. And the sign stays the same. So this was positive, so this result is positive. This is negative, so this result is negative. If you look over here, different signs you subtract. So this is a positive, this is a negative, you subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. And it's a positive 4 because you take the sign of what you have more of. I had more positives, I had 9 positives and only 5 negatives, so the answer is a positive 4. Down here though, you have 18 negatives. Think of 18 red chips compared to 10 yellow chips. You have more red chips, so your answer ends up being a negative 8. So when you do 18 minus 10, you get 8. It's actually a negative 8. So there's your review of the adding integers rules, and we're going to go ahead and apply them on this quiz, this 5-question quiz that I made for you to review the adding integers rules. So a negative plus a negative. So that rule would be signs are the same, you add. So I'm going to add 35 and 37. Well, 7 and 5 makes 12, carry the 1, 3 and 3 is 6 plus 1, 72. Well, it's a negative 35 plus a negative 37, so that gives me negative 72. Alright, the next example. Signs are different. That's a negative 55, that's a positive 33. Signs are different, so we subtract. So I take 55 and I subtract 33, and I get 22. But then I have to make the decision. Did I have more negatives or more positives? And I had more negatives. I had 55 negatives and only 33 positives. So the answer is going to be a negative 22. The third example, negative 24 plus negative 24. Signs are the same, you add. So I add 24 and 24. And I get 48. And negative 24 plus a negative 24 gives me a negative 48. I have 48 negatives, or 48 red chips, if you're thinking of the integer chips. Alright, signs are different. We're going to subtract. So we take 13 minus 7, and we get 6. And we have more positives. We have 13 positives, and only 7 negatives. The answer is going to be a positive 6. And then here's the last problem. Negative 9 plus 9. I hope you realize that these are opposites. One's a positive, one's a negative, and that forms a 0 pair. You can also think of it like this. Different signs you subtract. Well, 9 take away 9 gives us 0, so that's a 0 pair. So there's your review. I hope that helps you to use do list to put your quiz beside your whiteboard of work, so that you can get a 100%. If you don't get a 100% the first time, don't worry. You can just take the quizzes again. You're allowed to take it as many times as you want, and I will take your top score.